We are in the Gregorian year 2025, and according to several colonial chronicles, this year makes 700 years since the founding of Mexico-Tenochtitlan. At a first glance, this might not seem problematic, as it is simply a matter of counting dates. However, in reality, there are controversies surrounding this topic. We are the generation tasked with commemorating several important events in Mexico history. The 200th anniversary of being the independence and the 10th anniversary of the revolution in 2010, the 200th anniversary of the consummation of independence in 2021, the 500th anniversary of Hernan Cortés' arrival on the continent in 2019, the 500th anniversary of the Battle of the Night of Sorrows, or the Night of Victory, in 2020, the 500th anniversary of the fall of Tenochtitlan in 2021, and now, the 700th anniversary of its founding. Must agree that 1325 was the year of Mexica capital founded. However, as often happens, most of the records from that time come from Spaniards or indigenous people who converted to Christianity. One of them was Domingo Chimalpain, an indigenous noble from Chalco who did not witness the event but wrote the following. To Cali, 1325. This year marks the beginning of the account of how the ancient Chichimeca, Mexitin, arrived and entered Mexico-Tenochtitlan, and how they earned land here in the Nopalera. To understand this date, we must clarify that they did not account years like liners fashion as we do today. Instead, they used 4 signs to name their years: house, rabbit, reed, and flint, which were combined in 30 numerals, forming a cycle of 52 years. This system is also seen in another document written after the fall of Tenochtitlan. Thus, the year 2 house, or Omecali in Nahuatl, corresponds to the European year 1325. Another indigenous chronicle, Alvarado de Sosomoc, also referred to the same date. It has been said that in the year 2 house, 1325 years, at 1300 years since the birth of Jesus Christ, or Savior, was when they arrived, entered, and settled within the reeds and bushes in the water in Tenochtitlan. Meanwhile, the annals of Tlatelolco state. Then they arrived in Tenochtitlan and settled where a noble grew among the reeds and rushes. This happens in the year 2 Cali, 1325. This 2 house date was also painted by a Tlahuilo scribe in a colonial codex called the Codex Mendoza, commissioned by the first Viceroy of Spain. It is also recorded in other codex, which depicts the noble word, the eagle will perch, with the year 1325 written below. Furthermore, astronomical calculations indicate that an eclipse took place in April 1325, in what is now central Mexico, reinforcing this date as a significant astronomical event tied to the foundation of Tenochtitlan. What day was it founded? There are various theories, with 2 main proposed dates. Number 1. March 13, 1325. This is the day mostly used by government organizations. Some support this because it is believed that the Mexica calendar of that time began on March 12. Additionally, this date is close to the spring equinox. Number 2. July 26, 1325. This date is mostly supported by dance groups from the so-called Mexicanidad movement, as it corresponds to the second sequential passage of the sun over present-day Mexico City. However, other dates have also been proposed. Unfortunately, as often happens, other historical sources contradict this year. For example, the Codex Mendoza, while starting its chronology with year 2 house, contains explanatory notes that suggest the event actually took place a year earlier, in 1324. Another codex, the Boturini Codex or Migration Scroll, lays the year to Rith, 1325, but does not mention the arrival of Tenochtitlan or the sign of the eagle. Instead, it suggests that the Mexica continued to live in various locations around Lake Texcoco after 1325, without founding Tenochtitlan that year. Similarly, the Annals of Cuauhtitlan place the event in 1318, in the year 8 Rabbit, starting 8 Touchly, 1318. In this year, Mexico-Tenochtitlan began when the Mexica built some small hunts. They settled in an area full of rits. Another proposed dates includes 1314, 1327, 1332, 1345, 1363, or 1364. Ultimately, such uncertainties and inconsistencies are understandable. After all, we still witness similar issues in our present time. Even today, governments fabricate new dates to justify celebrations. For example, in 2021, it was falsely claimed that the 700th anniversary of Tenochtitlan founding was occurring that year, even issuing commemorative coins for the occasion. Now, just 4 years later, the same government is preparing to celebrate the 700th anniversary again. Given these modern manipulations of history, it's not surprised that colonial chronicles contain multiple conflict dates, especially considering that no chronicler actually witnessed the event, that historical records were rewritten during the region of Izcoatl, when codices were born, and that the Spaniards later destroyed nearly all remaining indigenous records. For all those reasons, there will always be a degree of uncertainty regarding the exact year of Tenochtitlan's foundation. However, most evidence does indicate that this year makes mark 700 years since the event. So, will you begin commemorating the 700th anniversary of the foundation of the Great Tenochtitlan?